today we are going to make yogurt. Super simple. The milk is $1.89 a gallon, so this is a really cheap thing. It'll make 4 quarts of yogurt. And so starting out, usually I like to get the whole milk for it, but I totally forgot and I just did the 2% milk. So all I do is, there's a gallon in each of these, so I'm just going to pour the third one, because I'll make 3 gallons of yogurt for our family. Oops, I gotta zoom and get this. So I will fill it all the way up. And since I'm not in a hurry today, I just put it on right below, like low, medium low. And I'm going to heat this up to 185 degrees. That's the temperature. So I'm just pouring like that. And I have a candy thermometer I'll stick in there and test both these. And that's the first step. Well, okay, so then I put my glass jars in here in my dishwasher. They're clean already, but I'm going to sterilize them. So I've got those in there. And those are going to turn on and sterilize and get nice and hot. Okay, so my temperature, I don't know if you can tell in there, is at 185. So this one is done. So I'm filling up my sink with ice cold water, and I'm going to put my pans in there. So you heat it to 185, and then you lower it down to 125. Both these sitting in there, ice water. And then I got my dishes going here, and I'm getting my cooler ready. I've got water boiling on the stove. This has to be at 125 degrees, so I'm getting my water boiled for that. So this has got to go down to 125. So I open the window to help it get cooler, and then it'll cool down. Okay, so the temperature is at 125 degrees, so this one is ready. Let's see if this one is. This one I just keep switching out and letting it sit. I don't know if this one's ready. Oh, this might be ready too. This had more ice in this bowl because it's a bigger pan. That one's ready too. So what I'm going to do now, I get out my yogurt. I bought plain grade non-fat yogurt from Aldi's. This is what you usually use. I'll use half of this for one pan and half for the other. You can use it with your homemade. I just don't have any more homemade. So I'm going to take this and I'll show you what I do next. I put in half that container in here, and then I poured in about a cup of milk. So all I'm going to do, or a couple of the yogurt from here. So now I'm going to whisk this together so it's mixed real good. I usually use the Walmart one. It's a little bit thicker. This was thinner, but that's okay. And then take this, put this in here, and then I'm going to pour this in here. And then all I'm going to do is take my whisk and mix this up really well. And there we go. And I'm going to start the other one. So I'm going to take my rest of my yogurt and pour it in here. I think that's good. I'm doing it with this one hand. So normally I'd scrape all that out. Then I'm going to take my measuring cup and I'm going to scoop out a cup of that and pour that in here. And then I'm going to whisk this so it's mixed real well. Kids are playing war over here in between schools, so they got war. And then flip your cards over, and Autumn's doing her school. Over there, yay, get your schoolwork done. These guys are playing war. Okay, then we're going to take this back and pour this in here. Again, one-handed, always harder. And then I'm going to whisk this up. And I got that all whisked up really well. I tried to scrape the bottom because sometimes the milk had scorched a little bit on the bottom, so I don't want any black stuff in. So these are mixed up really well. So now my next thing will be to take my measuring cups and scoop this out and pour it into my glass jars here. Very simple. That's it. Pour them in. Yep. Try not to spill. That's why I got it on my pad here. Okay, I'll do all those next. Okay, then I'm going to put caps on all these. I like these, the plastic ones, and so I'm going to use hot sauce for this one because they're reusable and they're good. So I sterilize those as well. So I'm just going to screw all these on really tight and then rinse off my jars because I was kind of sloppy at pouring the yogurt in there. Oops, I gotta find my lids. Where's my other lids? I'm going to take all of these with their lids and put them in my cooler. Just took the lid, I poured in my hot boiling water, and it just has to be about 2 inches above the jar. Okay, so I still had to get my temperature up, so I just got some hot water here boiling. I'm going to pour it in with my little tea kettle. My jars are about halfway full, so let's check that. That should be 125 degrees. It is. If you look at the little gauge, it is, yep, 125. So all you do is close it. Make sure nobody disturbs it. Usually I would put it in my pantry, but since my pantry is full, I'm going to leave it there and make sure nobody touches it. And I'm going to set my timer for 3 hours. For 3 hours. And then when that's done, it'll be finished. Super simple. A very easy way to make yogurt. It'll sit for 3 hours and get do whatever it does. And then when it's done, I'll take it out and put it all in the refrigerator and let it sit overnight, and then it'll be delicious for the next day. Timer's gone off for the yogurt, and I just opened it up, and here is the yogurt. You can tip it, you can see that it's kind of a little bit solidified. You'll see it as it cools off. Put them all inside my refrigerator here. Okay, I want to do a quick little video here. My yogurt, when I first took it out, it was real watery, and I wanted to show if you could see that it's a lot thicker now, and it's not even completely cold. So I usually use the Walmart Great Value one, but this was Aldi's, and I thought, oh my goodness, did I ruin it? But it's not. It got thick, so it's good. So it's here. I don't know if you can see it better on this one. See how it separates there? You go, you can kind of see it. So it's looking great. Good yogurt. Ready for a smoothie. So my yogurt is finished. This is what it looks like. It's not super thick. This, if I use the whole milk, I find that it gets a lot thicker. But what I'm going to do with ours is I make them into smoothies, and that makes the kids happy. So what we do is we make a fruit. Oops, zoom in camera. We make a fruit sauce. So I will use, like, this is from Aldi's. Any kind of frozen fruit. If you have fresh fruit, great. Put a little bit of apple juice just to make it liquid because these are frozen. Otherwise, let these thaw. You don't have to. And then we've got bananas to use up, so we'll use that. And some sugar. So I'm going to put that into my blender here. And you can see I put about a half a cup of sugar, half this bag in, well, actually a little bit more, half. And I put 2 bananas in here and then blend it. And that's what we have. Berry sauce. So I can either take this, pour this into a bowl, and then put the strawberry sauce on top, or I can make it into smoothies. I'm going to do smoothies because I'm going to freeze some of it. Put about this much berry sauce in the bottom, and then this is a whole jar of yogurt. And then I just put the lid on and let it mix up. This is what it makes, little smoothie cups. My kids love these. They love drinking them. Like, my kids like drinking them just like this when it's fresh for breakfast. And then I also will take a bunch of them and I'll freeze them in cups. And then I found that if I just put them in storage bags, and then that morning I usually get up at 6 or so in the morning, 5 or 6 in the morning, I'll take them out to set them out, and then they'll be kind of thawed a little bit, but they'll still be kind of frozen slightly, and they like eating those for breakfast as well. Or if it was summertime, I would put them in the freezer for a little bit and then go back in about an hour and stick a popsicle stick in them, and they love eating smoothie pop. So lots of good things you can do with it. Super cheap. I'll probably do, I don't even know how many jars I have, 12 jars? 12. I probably have 13 jars in there, and I will make more than half for sure into smoothies to freeze for us just to grab out and have as a snack. So it's healthy. It's great. If you look at the serving size of yogurt and how many teaspoons of sugar is in it, it's a lot from the store. And so this is, I used a half a cup for all of this, so much less sugar. And if you have a hard time switching from the store to this, just add more sugar. Use more sugar until your children learn to like it, and then you're going to eventually wean off the sugar a little bit, and you can go less and less, and they don't notice the taste as much. So that's how we make our homemade yogurt, and that's we make our smoothies from it. So hope you enjoyed this video, and we will look forward to doing another one. Have a good day.